Hey, hi everyone. This is Chandra B. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Light Stack Software Programmers Academy. Uh, I simply wanted to clear first that Light Stack Software Programmer Academy, the name I have chosen Light Stack, just to make programmers task job done in a lighter manner. It is not like that HTML, CSS, JavaScript kind of stuffs into light, but light stack. It is simply just to make your life easy. This is for everyone, okay? Just for the full stack developers and everyone, all techies who want to learn some new AI based technology which is very trending these days. So now moving to the next and the very important part, which is we have completed on GitHub AI Copilot, which we have used as a, it was actually launched in the market to assist developers who all are writing a code, just to make their life easy, whereby the moment you will use in your inline coding, in your in your ask that panel box, the right and rightmost side which you saw usually, so there you can ask, yes, please put this link, you please put this entity framework for this method for that method, but it is not completely that blindly you will use that. So don't do that kind of stuffs. I have even prepared the video on that as well. Please go through carefully with that what are the security, what are the pros and the cons of using GitHub Copilot while writing a code. This is really helpful for you, this is a helping hand for you, but not that blindly trust on that part, because if you have a large number of line of code and you are working in any industry, so that is very crucial data which you cannot share with your chatbot or your any AI assistant. So be careful in that manner. Use that, use chat like GitHub Copilot AI as an assistant, as an guider for you, you can say. The things which you are not recalling at that moment, not reminding at that moment, that they are there to help you. Okay, so let's move on. Very first thing, a common myth is that, actually this video is basically for the interview question and answers, which is really again very important. Before that, I just want to clear something which we have done in our previous all the demos in the playlist which is available. I will mention in the in the description box also, the GitHub uh, site. From there you can take proper guidance also along with this of my video. So a common myth, is that testing, which I have just in my one of video I have presented about unit testing. So people are having a myth that testing shows you down, but actually, it speeds up your future development. You fix a bug once, write a test, and you will never worry about it again being a developer. So if you are serious about becoming a professional developer, start treating testing like an essential part of coding, not an optional step. Okay, so just a line in seconds, you have a working unit test. It sets up the class, calls the method, and verifies the result using assert r equal assert dot r equal is the property which you will call with the assert. So that will help you even better. Copilot follows naming conventions, uses meaningful test names, and understands the context of your code. So how GitHub Copilot helps with your unit testing? Very first number, suggested, he will give you suggestions, complete test method from simple comments. Second, he will understands your code and gives relevant test inputs to you, which you can use in your code, and follows proper test structure, like arrange first, then act, then you can assert it. Works with the new like frameworks like MS test, N unit, X unit, anyone. Save time, especially for repetitive test cases. So very important thing, please note, please pick this line, and please be with you that great developers don't just write code, they write code that works and tests that prove it. Because developer, building a developer is not an easy task. right? So now the second was the document which I have shown you in one of another of my video. So Copilot can help you to document everything like work with class, properties, controllers, and another method services, etc. And APIs like for example in ASP.NET Web API controllers, classes, also methods, business logic methods, business properties, or any model, any service if you are writing. So for the interview question and answer, there will be now starting it with. So very first, as we all know that for any topic, what is GitHub Copilot, what is ASP.NET, so it is like that. So what is GitHub Copilot? Basically, GitHub Copilot, I'll try to answer in of both of these questions, that how it can integrate with Visual Studio. All you know, because since my videos already explained, it was small videos and it was having a dedicated on all those portions. So GitHub Copilot is an AI powered coding assistant developed by GitHub and OpenAI. Okay, it suggests code as you type inside your editor. In Visual Studio 2022 and above versions, it integrates via an extension. Once installed, it provides inline suggestions for C Sharp and other supported languages. So basically, I hope you understand what I mean to say, and the demo explanations are already there. Next question will be, how can we install and set up, and what are the languages, like how can you explain or present how GitHub Copilot helps you to write a C Sharp method using just a comment? It was already explained to you guys. So here for the setup and for the installation part, there is an option in our in your that what to say, the wizard, the Visual Studio wizard. So from there you can simply pull the GitHub Copilot and just install, and that will be ready. You need to, after installation, you need to restart your Visual Studio, then after you can use all the features of it. So now the next question I'm moving with, how will you use Copilot to generate a unit test for a method in C Sharp? And has GitHub Copilot improved your productivity? Definitely, definitely. This is the major part. So for C sharp code, you need to simply mention that forward slash double forward slash with alt. Uh, for example, you will write anything like you will write test that calculate EMI. EMI, as I have shown you in my demo. So EMI I'll take. So they will provide you entire of the suggestion along with the what method they are using into unit test, and you can put it in for whatever method you want to use. Now next will be, how do you use Copilot, as in the second question. Yes, it will improve your productivity, definitely. And it will like provide you reducing the next reducing your entire of your requirement, your need to search Stack Overflow or any other site for syntax, generating boilerplate code or controller methods and tests, of course, and providing content aware suggestions that save your time, definitely. So here, moving to the next question, does Copilot always generate correct and optimal code? Like what do you do when it does not? No, Copilot always does not generate correct and optimal code. Both are correct. So read and understand all suggestions before accepting it. Refactor where it is required or needed, and add unit tests to validate their behavior. Okay. Now next is, can you use GitHub Copilot as collaborative projects or enterprise apps securely? Yes, definitely. But teams should review all Copilot generated code, avoid accepting logic blindly in security sensitive modules, and integrate it with peer review. Okay, and testing pipelines. Then after you can make it into your deployment hub. Next will be, what are the limitations of using Copilot with C Sharp basically. So first is like Copilot might not understand complex domain specific logic. So suggestions can be syntactically correct but semantically wrong. It sometimes duplicate code or use outdated .NET patterns. So be careful while using it. Now, how will you ensure Copilot suggestions don't what introduce licensing or security issue? Again, very important part. I basically see personally verify all generated code as I mentioned in my first answer, and I always avoid accepting large code blocks without understanding. Use Copilot for inspiration, not copy paste deployment. I actually not frequently using it. I was simply using just to make a just to generate the model, write down the EF for it, but I never use it into my app setting files, in my launch setting files, in my production that credential settings I never use in those areas. So I always very careful. You please also be careful. Now the next will be give an example where Copilot help you to solve a tricky problem. Basically, I'll tell you here while writing the link queue, query. I actually wrote the link queue query for a transaction by category and then calculate their totals. So I type into a comment and Copilot generated the correct group by link queue expression for me at that time, which saved me 15 minutes of trial and errors, because I have given what models for what method I required it and from where to where. So we need to give proper question to it, and then step by step we will give you answer. Then after need to do some edits also into it, into our question, because exact data or exact thing we cannot give to Copilot. So be careful. The demo of this particular example for the tricky the link you I will definitely give you, or I will be put in the next slide. You may check out from there, or I will give you some link in the description box. You can go through with that for the tricky, because tricky questions are like link queue, entity framework, and many things are there which can be tricky for a developer. Yeah, here I have put it. I'm sorry. Here I have put it. So here you will see very if carefully that I have mentioned that write link to query also to get ID basically. Here you will able to see that he has generated certainly how you can use a link to query to get an account by ID using entity framework in your controller. So he is directly telling me that is will use, because it was already entity framework into my controller. So I have asked him to add this link to query into that method. I have mentioned that first. So assuming you have an application DB context with a DB, these are the names which GitHub Copilot suggesting me. I have not given them. Okay, now accounts first inject the context, then use link you as your action. Yes, of course, he is telling absolutely correct thing. So here in this method, the get by account ID, int ID, where account link you query to get account by ID, and whereby account, and it is getting the data from context accounts, and then this method he is using first or default, which is using the lambda expression. This entire is a link to query. Now if account equal to null, then return not found. I have not put any data anything. This is very simple. I have done the edit, like I did some edits into it, and then I have put it into my code. But here it is very simple just for you. Now in the very below part you will able to see what return into view they are giving account. So here in the below section you will able to see how can I handle case where the account ID does not exist in the database, because I have not given account ID. Okay, I have not given any ID to GitHub Copilot, this panel box, this ask box, this questionnaire panel. But what he is just suggesting me that give me account ID, okay, which I will not give him, okay, because that is the part where I need to secure up my company data while working in an organization. So be careful, because this is from first day I'm telling, this is the videos which I'll make all are dedicated to everyone who are coming from the college and who are already there in the organization, but they are keen to learn AI and they have to learn AI, or they need AI into their code to make their life easy or faster. So, So this is the one, the tricky one for me. Maybe for you there will be something else. So it depends. Please don't rigid, or please don't make your mind set that link is a tricky. No, it's not like that. It's for me, so I have shared, and whatever for you, you can make it as per your convenience. And here the key points they are mentioning. I have put it just intentionally here, this screenshot, that here they are saying the link you query is, they have mentioned here what was the link you query in that particular method, and similar code they are asking you to be matchable in the other places, other classes, and then action returns what. So they are saying that this will found 404. If not found, then he will return a view also. Again, asking for the razor pages changes, further any changes in any pages, he is asking for that, but it was not required for me. I'll suggest you then that do not put more on, do not put GitHub Copilot into more on in line the code, so that he learn entire of your project, because that is again very secure, very uh, 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 the data protection is first and utmost priority for any developer. So be careful of that while you are working in any organization. Now the next will be, have you used Copilot for ASP.NET Core or Entity Framework code generation? Uh, yes, of course, I have used it. But again, creating a controller action for retrieving user account by ID using Entity Framework, or by giving some particular on the basis of some two, three tables, multiple tables, you are asking for the Entity Framework. So yes, it can be done, and like sync. So here you will able to see that I have asked get account by ID using Entity Framework directly. So he has given me to get an account by ID using Entity Framework in your controller. Now these are the steps whereby first DB context need to be inject there. Okay, need to inject there, and here is your application context, which I am calling here. Add like adding a context to constructor basically, and then here is your particular Entity Framework. So whereby you will able to see that get account by ID is your particular method, which is you are using here, you know uh, the account and your account, then you are find method you are using on the basis of ID, as I have asked for ID. So and then returning the same account, and inside the if condition it is not found. So it is basically simple, very basic, that yes, you can use your Entity Framework. And again, he is asking for the suggestion that display the account detail retrieved by the get account by ID method and all, which really I do not require to give him. So you can use it, but be careful. I have not given any of my uh, credential to them, so please be careful. Now the next is, what are the version and plans available to use more features of GitHub Copilot into your code? So here I will suggest you that there are versions, there are plans like Pro, GitHub Pro, and many versions are there. As gradually you will grow, you will sync GitHub Copilot in your inline coding. It will be asked for at in-depth level with the all security, with the authentication. GitHub ensures you that yes, we are providing you the authenticated or secure line of code that will not leak to anyone. But again, you have to be careful. So for those levels, they will ask you to pay some amount for some duration. There are plans, but the basic version which we are using, it is completely free, just for the learning purpose for everyone, because people will obviously create a dummy projects for our college, for somewhere presentation to make someone learn. So there are already free versions are given by GitHub. You can directly check out the GitHub link. I will also show you, there are also presentation part, but you can even find there, you can even read from there. if you find anything missing in my video. But I have tried to cover each and every step, in small small videos, just for you guys, just for your ease. Rather making a long video, I have put it in a small small sections. I have breaked it, so that if you want to check for document part, so that you can go directly to the document of my video link, and then you can see that. You can only within a second, within a minute, you will find that, and you will use in your code. So it is very easy. I have put it very easy for all of you. So, and for anything, any further questions, for any further problems if you are facing, please make a screenshot, take a screenshot of your issue, just put in the comment box, or then we'll sit here and we'll take you that problem up, and will definitely guide you. Second thing, I'm really very thankful to you guys here, that you all have put it so much of your time to to listen this entire of my video, and you heard it, you have gone through with it, and given me so many suggestions. I have get the suggestion for AI and ML. I have get the suggestion for microservice portions. Yes, I'll take it further up. Okay, there is one more question. How often you prefer to use GitHub Copilot while writing code or taking AI assistant in writing a program? Yes, I took often, not often. I took, yes, frequently, but not for entire of my project. I have never given entire of my application into hand over to GitHub to give me the answer, because that is not the right or the ethical way to work in any project, in any organization. So be faithful to your organization first. Interview is like, be faithful to your skills, be faithful to your organization. Don't lie, don't do any fake things, don't leak their data. These are the utmost important thing for any programmer, because you are a programmer for any organization. Yeah, so completely, like since my last videos, as I have started with a microservice. So yes, it was my intention to take all the AI tools, AI technologies through microservice, present to you. So this was the first part, GitHub Copilot AI assistant into your code, and very basic, which can make as a developer your life easy. Definitely, I will cover that microservice in the later on, and I will play it into the playlist of the microservice. I will create it separately. And the next, the most importantly, this question and answer which I have presented you, and the demonstrations which I have given you. I think one two demonstrations I have given you, and for some of the demonstrations I have like put it the screenshot into it. For the further sections, I will give you a complete demonstration on the microservice, how I have created, how it is inbuilt into our code, how you can present it, what architecture, like my in the inside microservice. Actually, there are levels of architecture, again the mono microservice, and the different. So I will explain you that part as well. And of course, GitHub is there always from the Microsoft, and so through GitHub site you can get an idea of all those parts. And the suggestions I am really welcoming from each one of you who want to learn. So thank you so much for watching my video. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and kindly share this channel to the tech people who want to learn for free the AI, the trending technologies, and this can help them, so kindly help them to make their life easy. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Bye bye, take care, and have a great day.